Why empaths and narcissists fall for each other? Empaths and narcissists are two very different personality types that are often attracted to each other. While the reasons for this attraction are complex and varied, there are several common factors that may explain why empaths and narcissists fall for each other. Empaths and narcissists both seek validation and attention. Empaths are highly sensitive individuals who have a strong ability to understand and empathize with others. They often have a deep need to help and support those around them, and they thrive on positive feedback and validation. Narcissists, on the other hand, are driven by a need for attention and admiration from others. They often have an inflated sense of self-importance and may go to great lengths to get the validation and attention they crave. Because empaths are naturally nurturing and supportive, they may be drawn to the idea of helping and supporting someone who seems to need it so badly. Narcissists, in turn, may be drawn to the empath's ability to understand and validate their feelings and desires, even if it's only in a superficial way. Empaths and narcissists can complement each other in certain ways. While empaths and narcissists may seem like complete opposites, there are certain ways in which they can complement each other. For example, empaths may be highly empathetic and compassionate, but they may struggle with setting boundaries and standing up for themselves. Narcissists, on the other hand, may be highly assertive and confident, but they may lack empathy and struggle with emotional regulation. In some cases, empaths and narcissists may be drawn to each other because they feel like they can learn from each other and balance each other out. Empaths may see the narcissist as a challenge and an opportunity to grow and develop their own assertiveness and self-esteem. Narcissists, in turn, may be drawn to the empath's emotional sensitivity and compassion, which they may lack in their own lives. Empaths and narcissists may have experienced similar childhoods. Empaths and narcissists may have experienced similar childhoods that can contribute to their attraction to each other. Children who grow up in dysfunctional households where emotional neglect, abuse, or abandonment occur may develop coping mechanisms that shape their future relationship. Empaths often develop a heightened sense of empathy and a strong desire to help others as a result of their childhood experiences. They may have grown up in households where they were the caretakers or were taught to prioritize other needs above their own. As a result, empaths may feel a sense of purpose and fulfillment when they are helping others and may be drawn to those who need their support. On the other hand, narcissists may have also experienced childhood trauma, such as emotional neglect, physical or emotional abuse, or abandonment. As a result, they may have developed a need for control, power, and attention to compensate for their feelings of insecurity and vulnerability. They may have learned to use manipulation and charm to get what they want and to protect themselves from emotional pain. In some cases, the similarities in their childhood experiences may create a connection between empaths and narcissists. Empaths may see themselves in the narcissist and may feel a sense of familiarity and understanding. The narcissist may also see the empath as a source of comfort and validation, someone who can fill the emotional void they feel from their childhood trauma. However, it's important to note that not all empaths and narcissists have experienced similar childhoods. There are many factors that can contribute to their interaction to each other, and childhood experiences are just one potential factor. It is also important to recognize that while childhood experiences can shape our personalities and behaviors, they do not excuse harmful or abusive behavior. Narcissists may use their childhood trauma as a justification for their actions, but it is not an excuse for the emotional harm they can cause to their partners. Empaths, on the other hand, should not feel responsible for fixing or healing their narcissistic partner's childhood wounds, as this can lead to a cycle of emotional abuse and manipulation. Ultimately, understanding the potential role of childhood experiences in the attraction between empaths and narcissists can help individuals recognize patterns in their relationship and make more informed choices about their partners. Seeking therapy or counseling can also be helpful in understanding and addressing any underlying issues that might be contributing to their attraction to unhealthy partners. Empaths and narcissists may be attracted to the intensity of their relationship. Empaths and narcissists may be attracted to the intensity of the relationship because it offers a level of emotional intensity that they may not have experienced it in other relationships. Empaths are highly attuned to the emotion of others and often experience emotions more deeply than the average person. They may find themselves drawn to the narcissist's intensity as it can be overwhelming and stimulating. On the other hand, narcissists may be attracted to empaths because they provide the attention, admiration, and validation that they crave. Narcissists often have a deep-seated need to be admired and adored, and empaths may be willing to provide this level of attention and admiration. This can create a cycle of attraction as the empath is drawn to the intensity of the narcissist's attention and the narcissist is drawn to the empath's willingness to provide it. In addition to the intensity of the relationship, empaths and narcissists may be drawn to each other because they both have a strong desire for connection and intimacy. Empaths are deeply connected to the emotion of others, and they often seek out deep, meaningful connection with those around them. Narcissists, while they may not have the same level of emotional depth as empaths, still crave intimacy and connection, albeit on their own terms. Furthermore, empaths and narcissists may be attracted to each other because they both have a strong desire for personal growth and transformation. Empaths are often highly introspective and may be drawn to the challenge of helping the narcissist to grow and change. Narcissists, while they may not initially be interested in personal growth, may be drawn to the idea of transformation as they begin to see the benefit of working on themselves. Despite the initial attraction, the relationship between an empath and a narcissist is often fraught with difficulties. The empath may feel drained and overwhelmed by the constant need for attention and validation from the narcissist. The narcissist, on the other hand, may become frustrated with the empath's emotional sensitivity and lack of boundaries. Overall, the intense attraction between empaths and narcissists can be both exhilarating and destructive. While the relationship may offer a level of emotional intensity and intimacy that is hard to find elsewhere, it often comes at a great cost to both parties involved. It's important for empaths to be aware of the risks involved in this type of relationship and to take steps to protect themselves from emotional harms. Likewise, it is important for narcissists to recognize the negative impact their behavior can have on their partners and to seek help in addressing their underlying issues. This intense emotional connection can be addictive and difficult to break, even if the relationship is ultimately harmful to both parties. In conclusion, the attraction between empaths and narcissists is complex and multifaceted. While there are many factors that may explain why these two personality types are drawn to each other, it's important to remember that this relationship can be highly toxic and damaging. It's important for empaths to recognize the sign of a narcissistic partner and to set clear boundaries around what is and is not.